Welcome back to the Rest is F1 podcast, where three mates waffle on about F1. Today, I'm your host, ABD, and I'm joined by Shaq. We don't have the third mate in our call today. He's having a well-deserved break. He's traveled to Sydney this weekend. So we are here to do the Baku preview. Seriously excited about this race after what happened in the last race, where it was pretty much a three-horse race between Ferrari, McLaren, and Mercedes. I'm joined by Shaq today. Shaq, what are your thoughts? How is Baku going to go?
Well, first, I wouldn't put Mercedes in the fight from the last race. But
Oh, yeah.
I reckon this week is going to be a bit more competitive, hopefully, for Mercedes and Red Bull as well. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think, yeah, the long straights in Baku, the curbs, the street circuit, I think it's going to be a
yeah, yeah,
fascinating race. I'm
yeah,
not sure how Red Bull's going to perform, given they were slow in the street races this season. So, uh,
yeah. And McLaren's pretty good in the straights,
yep, yeah.
so they should be pretty strong.
Absolutely. I think we can go ahead with our predictions. So today we'll just go through the top three predictions, the good drive, the bad drive, and the crazy prediction. So what's your top three, Shaq?
Um, so I've actually gone. Not Norris. I've gone Piastri to win, then Norris second, and then Leclerc third.
Yeah.
The reason I put the two McLarens is because I think Monza was like a good indication that they still are the best car, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty clear like who we should be putting in our top three right now.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah.
yeah, and Leclerc I put him there because he's always really good in Baku.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
He's
point.
he's won he hasn't won there, but he's got like three poles there or something like that.
Yeah. And Ferraris,
Yeah.
so it'll be
Ferrari's back, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, hopefully.
They got Piastri, Norris, and Leclerc. So do you think Piastri is going to make another overtake on Norris this time?
Yeah, I think so. I do think so. I think it might be Norris on pole and then Piastri overtakes again,
Yeah.
like the last race and the race before that and the race before that.
Yeah, I would really want to see Ferrari in like going up against McLaren in the next this race and also the next race to be fully comfortable to say that they are up there now, back with their
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, my top three is Norris, Charles, and Russell. I don't have Piastri in there.
Oh, last race you didn't put him in.
I know, right? So let's see how it goes. But yeah, I have a feeling it would be nice to have three different teams up there. So
That's true. We haven't had that for a little while now. We've had a couple double podiums.
exactly. And I really want to see Norris closing up on Max on the championship fight. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
exactly.
Norris up there as well. So yeah, that's my
Yeah,
top three. I know Hamdan's not here today, but we've got his top three. It's Piastri, just like you, Shaq, and Russell
yeah,
and Norris third. Any thoughts on
yeah. So
that?
he's gone Norris lower. I think
Yeah.
he doesn't expect too much from Norris, but like me, he expects a lot from Piastri.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
But you guys are both going for Russell, which I'm surprised about, actually.
Yeah, I think I went for Russell because he qualified ahead of Hamilton in Monza, and also
Yeah,
he was third on the grid. Well, what happened in first corner is a different story, but he has been performing well in Monza, and I think he will continue that performance to this race. So let's see.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think with Hamilton, if he starts near the front, then he's like a real contender. But
Yeah,
he always has like a poor qualifying right now,
yeah,
like in the
race
current form.
yeah,
So, like if you take his two wins, he started second and third, I think. So,
yeah.
um, yeah, I think if Hamilton was to be there, it'd have to be a track he's like really good at
Mhm.
to qualify high and then, try and maybe get a podium or a win.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah, I am on the same page as you. So I think he got a better racecraft than qualifying pace right now in the last season.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, if he finishes anywhere near top three, it will be a good fight to the end.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. How about your good drive? Who do you think is going to have a good drive for the race?
Um, I've gone, well, actually, because Haas have not been very good for a little while now. I think Hulkenberg's had a couple bad races. So I've gone Hulkenberg. I haven't gone for a big name driver this time.
Yeah.
I think Hulkenberg will have a good race because I don't know if last year he had a good race there or not, but he was like really he's just really good at bringing the car up.
Mhm.
And I think a couple bad races, now it's time to be back on that same thing again. Just like bring the car up where it shouldn't be. Like make
Yeah.
it look better than it is.
Yep. Agree.
Yeah.
I think even the last two races, he qualified really high, but didn't finish really high in the race. Hopefully, like you said, he can turn it around this time.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And for me, okay, this is going to be controversial. My good drive is Perez. Uh,
I
I think
think
Sergio.
that has to do with the track, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and he has been really good in Baku in the past. I think he have won one time in Baku in the last
He
three
won
years.
last year.
Now this was and also in 2021 when
Oh yeah, and when he started at Red Bull, he won in
correct.
Baku.
Correct, yes.
Yeah. Well, now how different does that look now, doesn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, I've gone for Perez. I know it's going to be a difficult
I
one
think
for him
this is the
to see.
second time you've gone Perez, haven't you?
Yeah, just being positive, you know. Hopefully
Yeah.
he can keep his seat. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah,
Uh,
this is the best time to do it.
exactly,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
And I think we discussed this in the last episode as well, but I think Perez should have a good race for Red Bull to show any sort of competition or any sort of fight in the constructors. They're only 8 points behind McLaren now, so
Yeah, I think this is the race where that championship
take the
lead
lead.
is McLaren's. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably happening after like 3 years or something. So that'll be
I know. Yeah, yeah. First time anyone that's not named Red Bull.
yep, exactly. And I
Yeah.
see Hamdan has gone for science, the smooth operator. So
Yeah. I think that's actually not a bad shout. I was thinking about science.
mhm.
Um, he's been okay the last few races. He's been, fifth and stuff, but maybe this time could be different. But I don't really see like science doesn't have to like put in a good shift or anything any like for the rest of the year. He can just enjoy
Yeah,
his remaining Ferrari races, and then he's out to Williams, right? So I think
exactly. But yeah.
yeah, he's got like time to just relax, I guess. He doesn't have to worry about too much.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think Charles have got the edge on him for the qualifying in the last few races. Um,
Mm-mm. Yeah, yeah,
it'd be difficult to beat Charles in qualifying at least.
that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that'll be a thing next year as well. For Hamilton, he won't be beating Charles in qualifying much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a real qualifier.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So those are our good drives. So you got Hulkenberg, Sainz, and Perez. Okay, now let's move on to the bad drive. I've got Max for bad drive. And
Max for bad drive. And
uh,
so does Hamdan as well.
oh yes, Hamdan got Max for bad drive too.
You
Um,
guys just throwing the Max hate right now.
just to see the, that championship fight up front with for the drivers' championship getting closer, right? So it's like 60
Yeah.
points apart, but let's see how it sort of pans out in the next few races. How
Yeah,
about
well
you?
I've gone Stroll.
Yep,
I
Lance
think
Stroll.
Stroll's gonna have a bad race.
Is
Yeah, I
is
can
it
just
like
feel
if
it. Street track, it's like the perfect time to crash,
oh
you
yeah,
know?
I remember there was like a massive crash in Baku.
I
Uh,
think that same race where Perez won,
yeah,
Stroll just crashed into the wall. And
yeah.
I don't know why, but I just thought of that and that came to my mind. I was like, you know what? Same thing's gonna happen again.
That picture
So I've
came to
gone
your
Stroll,
mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that picture came to my mind, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So I've got Max for my bad drive, and just a heads up, it relates to my crazy prediction as well, which we will come to in a minute. Uh,
Okay.
so yeah. Okay.
I
Cool.
haven't seen yours actually, so
Okay. So, all right. So you got Stroll for bad drive. Hamdan and I've got Max. So let's see who will have a bad drive in Baku. All right. Moving on to good team. I've got Mercedes. So I think Russell and Hamilton's going to finish in the top four, and
top four, yeah,
they will be the highest points takers for constructors in this race.
for the week, yeah, for the
That's
race.
Yeah. Hopefully they get
Okay.
closer to Ferrari and McLaren in this race too. That'll be really nice to see.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
like you
I
said
mean,
before, Hamilton, if he's closer to the top three, his racecraft is just above anyone else. So it'd be
yeah, yeah, exactly.
nice to see him up there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, how about
I've
you,
gone I've gone McLaren.
McLaren?
I've got to go for the easy one for once, you know. I was picking the hard ones before, like Red Bull and stuff, but no, I
Yeah,
think McLaren's on a good path. And actually, I'll this is gonna go back on the Piastri win again, but the reason that I think Piastri's gonna win is because I feel like not just Monza, but Monza was kind of a showing of like Piastri's gonna like just put his foot down. He doesn't care about, being nice and stuff. He wants to win, and which I think is really good to have as a driver. So I think
absolutely.
McLaren 1-2 is what my prediction was. So I think um Baku is like the perfect place to do it because Red Bull are probably going to be bad because they've got a lot of curbs there
Yeah,
and they don't seem to be good in like a just in general really.
yeah,
Um and also one way my friend was describing it to me is like the McLaren is like the Mercedes but really good in a straight line as well.
yep, I agree.
So this is the perfect place to be good in a straight line because you need to be quick
It's a
on this
very
main
long,
straight especially. Yeah.
it's a very long straight. Yeah, and
Yeah.
yep. So for you, McLaren is the good team, and they will take the constructors' lead end of this race.
Definitely. I think definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
Perez doesn't need to do anything for that. It's just going to be taken.
yeah, and uh, it's two street races. So it's Baku and Singapore.
And
Uh,
Singapore after this year.
and I can't really forget what happened in Singapore last season with Science winning that.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good race.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
right. So you got McLaren as the good team. I've got Mercedes and Hamdan got Ferrari. So three good teams up there. Hopefully we see a
Yeah.
real fight.
Yeah, yeah.
And all right, moving on to the bad team for you, Shaq. Who's the bad team?
Um, I've gone Williams actually because I think so. Last race I predicted Colapinto to have a good race
Hmm.
or to finish to beat Albon. Sorry, that was my crazy prediction.
Yeah, he still
And he
finished
was not.
high. Yeah.
He finished nearly in the points, which is pretty good. So I
Yep.
think now he's gonna have a bad race straight away.
You reckon?
And
Okay.
so I think the Williams is not gonna be good anyway. So I think Albon's not gonna have a good race either.
Yep.
So I think
Hopefully.
it's just gonna be a mix of both. And like Baku's like a harder track because like if you're racing wheel to wheel, it's really easy to crash.
Yep.
So if he races with somebody, I think he could be hitting a wall or something, and that's just end of the race. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, and they can't create like a DRS train in Baku because the straight is too long. There is opportunity.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Like it's just so long, it's hard to like keep your position just by
Yep.
using DRS trains and stuff. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
and I also see like crashes happening in qualifying in Baku all the time. So that could happen too.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Mainly from Charles.
Yeah, Charles.
Charles did it last year, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did a couple of years back where he called himself.
He
he said,
called himself stupid. He said, "I'm
"I'm
stupid." Yeah, yeah.
stupid."
Iconic line.
The
Yeah,
famous
yeah,
last words.
yeah. Who do you have?
Okay, I've got Red Bull as the bad team.
Yeah,
I,
okay,
I'm going
okay.
full on this time, like Red Bull
But
bad.
how have you got good drive Perez if you got bad team Red Bull?
Well, good drive, Perez. So, okay, I'm going to jump into my crazy prediction as well, along with this.
Okay.
Crazy prediction is Perez will finish ahead of Max. So
Yeah.
that's why Perez is on good drive.
Yeah, that's actually a crazy prediction for once.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
go
yeah.
full out this time, so let's see
Yeah,
how it
okay.
goes. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Liverpool is my bad team, like I said. I think they will finish, I don't know, below the first top three team, which is McLaren, Mercedes,
So
and
they'll be like 7,
Ferrari.
8 again.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Um,
think last race they probably would have finished 7, 8 if George didn't have the problem at the start.
yep,
The
exactly.
mistake, sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Perez still finished behind him though.
exactly.
Which, which,
Still,
which
he
makes my
still
crazy
did.
prediction really crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's my bad team, and Hamdan has got Aston Martin. Um,
Yeah.
I probably
That
think
kind of ties in with my one as well, the Stroll prediction. So,
yes. Yeah, yeah. And I know it's a big week of Aston Martin with the announcement of Adrian Newey. Maybe the
yeah, that's
race is
true.
not as good as that news,
Yeah.
but yeah, we will have a separate episode on it on the Adrian Newey signing.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, jumping on to crazy prediction, which mine I have already revealed. So on to you, Shaq.
Okay. This is not actually that crazy, but I've gone for at least three DNFs this race.
Yeah.
I think I did this. I think I might have said this like a couple races ago, but I have this feeling now because we're in a track where we can actually crash, and it's not like no one really wants to be safe.
Yeah.
So then, they will maybe take the risk. Maybe it'll be Stroll, and that will tie into my bad drive. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I could see like I said, Williams will probably be bad in my opinion. So maybe a crash from one of their drivers or Stroll or whoever. I can see it definitely just some fighting happening or just a problem from mechanical and then they go and crash somehow. Like I can see it happening. It's Baku's like a great place for all this chaos, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. And we haven't had a safety car in the last two races, so
Yeah, so that would be like a good time, right?
exactly, exactly. Yeah. The castle corner. That's where many
Yeah,
crashes
the
have
chicane.
happened. Even the straights, tires
Yeah,
going
I
off.
think I think the castle chicane is like the a prime place for a crash to happen,
It's very
you know?
narrow for these cars. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really narrow. It's hard to do in a car like that fast as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Three DNFs. That would be amazing, I guess. Three Red Bull. I don't know.
Entertainment.
Entertainment.
Entertainment, yeah.
The only thing is, being in Australia, like we might have to sit until like 2 a.m. for the race to finish.
Oh yeah. No, but they have like a 2 hour time, right?
That's
A two
true.
hour time they have to do the race, so that saves us, luckily.
All right.
But do you
So
think sorry, just do you think if Max DNFs and then Perez finishes in the points, does that count as Perez beating Max or does that not count because he didn't
100%.
finish?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Right? Finishing
If
ahead
I
of
think I think it depends how much of the race Max is like a part of, right? If that was to happen.
yeah.
Because if he did 10 laps and then he just like had a mechanical problem, had to retire, I don't think that counts as beating being beat by Perez, right?
Well, my prediction is Perez to finish above Max. So anyway, it happens.
But what if he doesn't finish, you know? What if he doesn't finish? Now
Perez to
how can
finish.
you put that?
Perez to
Huh?
Perez to finish.
Yeah, but if Perez is to finish, he has to finish like with Max finishing, right?
Let's okay. If you want to go that way, I'm happy to do that. I still think
I
Perez.
don't I'm not saying I think or even like if we say like we go if we've done how many laps do they do at Baku? Like 50-ish, right?
Too.
Okay, 52. So if we did like 29 laps, like more than half the race, and Perez beats Max, even if Max DNFs, I think we give you the point for that.
Yep. Okay.
And if it's less than half, then we just don't.
Yep.
You gotta
I
you
make
gotta take
on that.
yeah, take no point for that one then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Done. All right. So crazy prediction for Hamdan. Stroll crash. Come on, guys. You're hating Stroll here.
Hey, if Stroll crashes and then I get two more DNS, me and Hamdan get some points. So that'll be nice, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
You guys should give me a point if Stroll finishes.
If Stroll finishes, that should be a crazy prediction instead then.
I'm still going with Paris finishing above Max.
Yeah, go with Perez. Yeah, go with Perez.
Cool, there you go. So we've got our top three, a good drive, bad drive. We'll post it on our socials as well. Comment, send your feedback, and thank you so much for watching. We'll be back soon with another episode. I think it's going to be about Adrian Newey. Until then,
Yeah.
bye for now.
Bye bye.